can come into a symmetrical, relaxed position. Take your time settling in, and either close your eyes, take a soft gaze, and begin to slow down your breath. You can keep your eyes closed or open them as it's useful for you. Let's slide just the right arm up overhead and reach out through the right side. Stretching through fingers, toes, and see if you can keep the left side relaxed. Big yawning reach through the right, softening, letting go through the left. And then release and switch, slide the right arm down, kind of relax right side, and then stretch the left arm overhead, reaching through the fingers and toes, really active through one side, passive through the other. And then release. Both arms and legs relaxed. And then take both arms overhead, reach through fingers and toes. Interlace your fingers, press out through the palms, flex your feet. And then let's roll onto one side. So extending the bottom arm, pointing toes, extending the legs. Try and bring the whole body into a straight long line. And for now, the top hand can be on the floor for a little steadying. We're going to squeeze the legs together and lift them up. Squeezing strong, reaching out long. Working the inner line, core strength. And then release down. Same thing, lift the legs and now lift the bottom arm. It doesn't have to be high, but go really long. Fingers, toes, head, tailbone. Release down. Now take the top arm overhead and lift up through both arms and legs, squeezing arms and legs together, reaching out long, strong core. And release. Let's bend the bottom arm, hand comes to your head, flex your feet, still keeping legs in line, but flexed feet will help with balance. And we'll bring the top leg up like tree. Sole of the foot as high up as you can, really opening the knee, bringing everything in towards the midline. This is a little bit of a balance pose, even though there's a lot touching the floor. A lot of core stabilizing muscles are engaging to keep you here. Let's reach for the big toe on the inside with the first two finger and thumb, and then maybe keep your leg bent, maybe straighten it part way or all the way. Keep bringing everything into the midline. Could imagine doing this pose in a very narrow corridor, nothing touching the sides. And then release your hand to the floor, lower your leg until it's about 6 inches off the floor. Kick through your heel, reach through the toes, splitting the legs wide. And then release your foot to the floor where it is. Your hand that was on your head reaches for your foot. You might hold the foot, ankle, calf, or put a strap around your foot. And then roll open through the top arm. Really drop down through the top shoulder. Really deep twist. If you want to add a quad stretch to this, your free hand can reach for your free foot, maybe drawing it in. If that doesn't work for you, don't do it. Don't worry about it. And then release back onto your back. Bring both knees in and take a little circle or rock, feeling what's touching the floor. A little massage for the lower back. And And then extend legs long and roll onto the other side. So the bottom arm can be extended. Top arm can be giving you a little balance. Toes pointed, legs long. Reach out to come up through just the legs to start. Squeezing inner legs together. Reaching long. Release down. Let's lift up through the legs and the bottom arm. Reaching out long. Release down. Top arm overhead. Reach out through both arms and legs. Flounder pose. And release. Bend the bottom arm, hand to your head. Flex your feet. And then bring that top leg up like tree. As high as you can. Open the knee. Keep bringing everything in towards the midline. Knee open, hips in. And then reach your hand on the inside for the big toe. You can keep it bent or extend it part way or all the way straight. Going to your edge, not beyond. To release, bring your hand to the floor and lower your leg until it's about 6 inches off the floor. Kicking through the heel, reaching through the toes. Drop your foot to the floor where it is. Hand that was on your head reaches for the foot, ankle, or a strap. Roll open through the top shoulder, drop down through the top hip. If you added a quad stretch on the other side, you might add that again. Free hand reaches down for the free foot. And then release, roll back onto your back. Bring your knees in and take a little circle or rock, massaging the lower back, top of the hips into the floor, evening out your torso on your mat. And then drop your feet to the floor. Let's draw the belly in, press the lower back down from the inside. Interlace fingers behind your head. Exhale, lift, head and chest up. Inhale, release down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Up and down. Up and down. 2 more like this. Last one. Release down. Bring your right knee in and your left elbow across so they come towards one another. And then stretch it out long. Bring it in. Reach it long. Knee in. Reach it long. In. Reach it long. One more. Switch. Left knee in. Right elbow across. Stretch it long. Knee in. Reach it long. In. And long. In. Long. In. Long, one more. Bring both legs up in the air. Let's outwardly rotate the legs. Bring one leg in front of the other. And then switch. Switch quickly as you slowly lower your legs towards the floor. When it gets difficult to keep the lower back on the floor, head back up. So quick little switches. Slow lower and lifts. One more. And release. Bring your knees in. Circle or rock. And let's come up to sitting and onto hands and knees. If you want to pad your knees, you might grab a blanket or cushion. Hands right under shoulders. Knees right under hips, fingers spread wide. We'll take a few rolls through the spine, starting by lifting head and tailbone arching. And then round, draw the belly in. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curve. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curve. Now inhale, arch. Shift your weight forward, bend your elbows straight back, dip partway or all the way to the floor, press up from there, round. Arch. Go forward to dip down, elbows hugging the sides. Press up, round. Arch. Dip down, slow and smooth. Press up, round. Arch. One more time. Press up and round and sink back to child's pose, releasing hips to the heels. Forehead to the floor, resting. With arms out in front of you, walk your hands over to the left and then pull back through your right hip, stretching right side a little more. Come through center and over to the other side. Pull back through your left hip, stretching left side a bit more. Back to center. Let's lift up through table and into down dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back, and you might pedal out your feet a little bit here, bending one knee as you press the opposite heel towards the floor. And And walk your hands and feet towards one another. Let's hang in ragdoll. Feet hip width apart, parallel. You can bend your knees a little or a lot. Take any movement. Let's lower the hips, come into a squat, Malasana. If your heels don't easily come to the floor, you can turn your toes out or widen your stance. And you're also welcome to slide a little something under your heels, like a blanket, or sit on a block. I'm going to open up the knees using the elbows. And as best you can, roll your shoulders back and down so the chest is nice and open. Long spine. And we'll work our root lock here, Mula Bandha. Same as a Kegel exercise. As you exhale, draw your pelvic floor muscles in and up. So you inhale, release that. Exhale, engage. Inhale, release. Exhale, engage. Inhale, release. Engage. And release. And then engage and keep holding. Keep breathing, drawing in strongly through the bottom, connecting that up to the top. Feel the full length and space that you take up. And then let's come to sitting. Extend the legs forward. Take the flesh of the sit bones back. If you want to sit up on something, you could slide a little something under your hips. And we'll use the hands to support us as we fold. That could be on the feet, could be something around the feet, or it could be on the floor. Lengthen and fold. Breath by breath. Is there any more length? Is there any deeper folding? Inhale to look up. And let's release. Bring the soles of the feet together, Baddha Konasana. And grab your toes or your ankles with that grip, lengthen. And fold. Elbows can push into the legs. If it works better, you might lean into your hands or elbows or a block. Let's bring the upper body back up. Take your time. Keep the right leg more or less where it is. Open the left leg out to the side for gate pose, Parigasana. Right arm up and over. You can lean onto your left hand or elbow on the inside or outside of that straight leg. Big yawning reach. Let your head fall towards the floor. Take the top arm out and down until your right shoulder drops down, stretching right side of the neck. Keep your head hanging and relaxed. Press into the bottom hand to come up. You can use that hand to lift your head. Same thing other side. Left arm up and over. And let your head fall towards the floor, left arm out and down until the shoulder pulls down, stretching left side of the neck. Press into the bottom hand to come up. Use that hand to lift your head. And then open both legs wide, Upavishta Konasana, wide ankle pose. You can use your hands on the floor behind you, in front of you. You could lean into something like a block on your hands or elbows or chest or forehead. If you had folded forward, make your way back up. You can lean back, draw the legs in, shake that out, and come back onto your back. Bring your knees in, a little circle or rock to even things out, and then drop your feet to the floor to set up for bridge. Feet hip width apart, parallel. Press your feet down, lift your hips up. Once your hips are high enough, interlace your fingers behind your back. Shrug your shoulders under you. Spreading upper back and lower back away from one another. And then release. Rolling back down, resting. Let's lift the hips again. This time slide something under the sacrum. A block or bolster or cushion. Find the height and placement that feels right for you. Resting hips down. And then bring your right knee to your chest. Grab hold of it. Straighten your left leg and let that straight left leg hang, opening up through the front of the left hip. Switch, bring your left knee in, drop the right leg long, squeeze left knee in close, let the front of the right hip open up. When you feel even on the two sides, come to neutral. So that could be both knees in, could be both feet to the floor, could be both legs straight, either up in the air or along the floor. could you be here with even more ease? If you want to stay here longer, you're welcome. If you want to take a different leg position here, you're welcome. And whenever you're ready to release, you can do so as slowly as you can. It's the most gentle way of coming out of this. Maybe taking happy baby or some other counter stretch. Maybe just checking in with yourself. What do I need? What do I want? What would be a good ending to this practice for me? You might finish with a twist, another restorative pose, really anything or nothing. When you're ready to come into your final rest, you can take your time getting comfortable. If there's anything you want to adjust in your clothing or your props. Eventually spreading out. And coming into a symmetrical, relaxed position. And letting go. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Move your wrists and ankles, waking up your body. Taking a big stretch out through your arms and legs. When you're ready, bring your knees in. Roll to one side. And then use your hands to help you up to sitting, coming back to a seated position. Bring hands together at the heart. Namaste. Thank you.